What a very special guest we have here on the Heron Outlet. Inter Miami 2 defender Israel Boatwright. And Izzy, let's just get right into it. What a 2022 you've had. We've all been in lockdown for the past couple of years, and you've been thriving here at Inter Miami. Let's start with the most recent. We'll probably work our way back because there's a lot of milestones along the way for you this past year. Most recently with the Concacaf U20 Championships, and the Dominican Republic, which you and Eddie Ascona were playing on, had a Cinderella run all the way to the championship game against the United States. You come in as a qualifying team. This was, if I remember, just your second time being called up with the senior national team. When you got that call up, let's just start there before all the excitement. What was that call up like that second time now?
No, it was amazing. Definitely to be called in with the Honduras squad, the Concacaf squad. It was a really good experience, especially having that run that we had, and to qualify for the first time in history. It was a great experience.
How do you find out that you're called up? Like what goes on? Do you get a call? Does a coach come and tell you? What's it like?
Basically, we get an email, and then they post the list of the team on Instagram. So I just saw my list my name under the defenders list, and yeah, that's how I basically found out.
You found out on Instagram?
Yeah.
See, the old way, you used to have to like walk up to the board and see if your name, like when you're trying out for your high school team, you'd have to see if you're on it. Now you find out via Instagram. So what
Plane was passing by. Can you say that again?
Yeah. No. I'm just saying that like nowadays you find out over Instagram. What'd you say to like friends when did they find out before you and start texting you, or what happened?
Yeah, I was getting a bunch of like tags and like people sending me the post, people like sending me about like the list and everything. So yeah, that's basically how I found out.
So you head out there and you make it through the qualifying, so you're already into the knockout stage. First match, a couple minutes in, 6 minutes in against El Salvador. Could you have written a script like that? Your first goal just coming like that?
Yeah, no, it was definitely an amazing feeling to have my debut for the national team, and to score was just a crazy feeling.
When you're getting ready for a game like that, you know that you're going through a different pathway to get into the knockouts, right? So El Salvador, the United States, Mexico, they had to go through the group stage prior to that. So when you're coming in knowing that not only is it your first game, but you're actually the underdog, how do you like mentally get ready for those first 10 minutes that you're going to have to play there?
Yeah, no, the team came in, we knew that we were the underdog, but that didn't really matter to us. We all talked like amongst each other, saying we were going to fight through all these games, especially because we're coming in as like a team that hasn't played as many games, or haven't played as many or hasn't trained as much, but we just came in with the that dog mentality to fight.
It's always good. You got that dog in you, right, man?
Yes, sir.
I like it. So 5-4. I mean, I don't think again you could have imagined that. How does that play out? Right off the bat, you get up, and then they equalize right away. I mean, that was a topsy-turvy game for those who don't know. Just watching it, how could you playing in it, it had to be crazy for you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially scoring with I think it was the 6th minute, and then they got one back, and then they got another one, and then we were down like 2 goals, and then we had to tie it. And then with Eddie, I think it was maybe the 90 something minute, around there, where he caused the penalty, and then he made that pen for us to go up 5-4 was crazy. It was just amazing feeling.
So in March Madness, we had the Cinderella run, right? The 15 seed or the 14 seed making a long run. You guys basically did the same. You get Jamaica, you get Guatemala going all the way to the finals. More and more as that tournament went on, did you start believing in more confidence? Did you have it from the start that it was just different? We saw this week with the Barcelona match that Phil Neville was talking about, these are just regular players just like anybody else. Did you sort of get that feeling as you were advancing in the tournament?
Yeah. First of all, like in the beginning of the tournament, we all just wanted to keep a positive outlook on everything because we basically were the underdogs. But as we, kept winning and winning, we're like, oh, like we could actually like win this. We can actually do it. And, I feel like just having that positive mindset, just like made us really go on that run.
You get to the final, and it's against the United States. First, we'll get into Noah, and he had some wise words for you, trash talking words for you guys. I don't know if you know this, but let's just talk strictly the U.S. You know, being an American too. Like, what was it like knowing that you're going to be playing the United States in the final?
It was well, unfortunately I was injured, so I couldn't play in the final. But you know, I was gutted. I really wanted to play versus the United States because, you know, show them what, you know, what
Yeah.
the Dominican Republic got and all that stuff. But yeah, going against the U.S. was like, I think it was a good experience for all of us, especially Eddie. You know, we're American. To like show them like what, you know, we got. And overall, I think it was just a good experience, like in all, just to play against the, you know, the country I'm born in.
Right. So Noah had told me that he was texting with you guys throughout the tournament, and then when he found out that it was a USA versus Dominican Republic final, the texting stopped, and it was all business. what were the words that you guys exchanged back and forth for the final?
Well, before we were just kind of communicating because we were like right across the street from each other. But he asked me, he was like, you know, who you guys play against and all that stuff, and you know, we'll see when we get into the final. And then we won that game versus Guatemala, and you know, we just no texting, no texting.
That was it. It was done right there. Did you have any like friends, family back here that were like, I don't know. I mean, I got to root for the U.S. I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, they were pretty even on the sides.
Okay. All right. Well, they'll probably have to do it again come next year because even though you drop that final, you do qualify for the U23 World Cup coming up. So that's got to be exciting. First time in your nation's history. What was that like? Did they tell you about what it means for the Dominican Republic and for that program moving forward?
Yeah, no, it was definitely you know, a milestone that was achieved for Dominican Republic. And you know, the whole country was just behind our backs, just you know, pushing us and supporting us, which was amazing feeling to have a whole, you know, country supporting you.
How does that work for you moving forward? Are you enjoying your time at the Dominican Republic? Do you plan on continuing that process as you move up the ranks?
Yeah, right now, right now I'm, you know, continue to play with Dominican Republic, but I'm always, you know, keeping my options open if anything else does come up. But yeah.
And you have nationalities with the DR and eligibility with DR and the USA.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's on the national team side. On the club team side, you've had a heck of a year too. You had your first ever career start and end goal with that game against I think it was Cincinnati earlier this year. Another great pass in from Jovan. You knocked it home right off the cross. Did you save the ball? What was the memory? Do you have a picture of it? What happened there?
Only pictures. I couldn't get to keep the match ball, but I just got pictures. And yeah.
You guys have been on a bit of a run here and heating up at the right time. Are you starting to feel a little more comfortable that maybe early in the year this was a team full of teenagers that are sort of growing into their own now?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely starting to, you know, kind of flourish in this, you know, environment with the second team, and I'm feeling like a lot more comfortable and more better with everything in the second team.
How does it feel to be basically in this professional environment now? Just a couple of years ago, you're an academy player, you know, and you've rose up the ranks. I want to talk about the academy in just a sec, but now that you're really in the thick of it and you know, making an impact, possibly, you know, into the first team and internationally as well. What's that like to be considered sort of one of those stalwarts now instead of a prove yourself guy? I know you want to prove yourself every day, but to sort of have a little bit more expectations now.
No, it definitely feels amazing being in this you know, perfect facility, amazing professional environment. But yeah, like I said, it feels great being in this environment and, you know, learning every day and having the first team guys right next to me or going up and down with the trainings and stuff. It's just really pushing me to, you know, make that next step.
Right. Well, the reason I asked that is because you were with the U17s, you were best 11. for the Generation Adidas, right? And you were with the U15s before that. So you've really hit every step of the way through the Inter Miami Academy. Where did you enjoy? I don't want to put you on the spot there, but did you enjoy anything more? Was it a little more innocent back then, a little more professional now? What was the difference in the process along the way for you?
Yeah, from the 15s, all the way up to for the second team, it was definitely a change of environment, change of, style of play, speed of play, more technical people when, we're up with the second team. And, just going up from like, especially from the 17s to the second team was that big, jump, that big difference between, the levels of play. And like I said, I'm getting used to it, getting more comfortable, and just trying to prove myself even more.
So as we move our way back now, let's talk little Izzy. When did you sort of, or when did mom and dad know, okay, we got a player on our hands here? I mean, U15 is pretty early, but you had to know well before that.
Yeah, it was before I was playing in a local club in Coral Springs. It was Coral Springs United. And when I got that invite to the tryout, I think it was maybe 4 years ago. And then I found out that I, made the team. Was like, was that point where, start to take things a little more serious and stuff.
How's life changed for you? Going to school, I mean, regular teenage things. How's life changed?
No, yeah, it's definitely changed a big. You got to make a lot of sacrifices. Especially with school, you have to do online school since we have training in the mornings. But yeah, it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to take to become a professional soccer player.
Is it cool to do it here? I mean, growing up here, and I mean, I grew up in South Florida too, and so just like being able to do it in, right down the road, the same fields that you've played on, we've all played in those fields, whether it's in, Miramar, Kendall, whatever. We've all played those. It's got to be cool feeling to be able to do it here.
No, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely a amazing experience to be playing in Miami and playing in my hometown, in front of my family, my friends, and all that stuff. It's definitely
Pickup games, yeah, pickup games. Are they a little different for you now, or do like your friends get a little more intimidated when you're playing those?
yeah. Of course, if you come with like some shorts, so
You got to come with the gear. You got to come with the swag, right?
they'll be a little intimidated, go a little harder on you, but it's all fun and games.
Don't tell coach, and you tell him you always wear your shin pads, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, we will tell on him. Like 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? I mean, hopefully with the first team and nationally or internationally playing. What's your career trajectory that you would like to see?
Well, in the years coming, hopefully playing with the first team, and hopefully playing at the highest level I can be at, getting closer to my my highest potential, and yeah.
Do you see yourself moving around and testing new areas? You've been sort of at times more comfortable in defense, but you have moved around a little bit. Do you see yourself just sort of saying, I want to make the most of this and where I am, or try something new?
As in
Positionally, yeah.
Oh, in the beginning, for when I even tried out for Inter Miami, I was a striker.
Right.
I was a 9. Yeah, and they stuck me as a right back, and they liked me there, and I stayed there. In the first couple years, I was a little shaky, little trying to get used to it, but now I really like it, and I think that's my true natural position.
When you're playing FIFA, do you create yourself as a player and stick them on Inter Miami now?
Nah, I haven't done that yet. I actually don't play FIFA.
We got to. If you're doing it, what rating are you giving yourself? Like what overall are you? What speed are you? What finishing are you?
Nah, my speed is definitely 91, 92 around there.
Okay.
Finishing, I'll give myself 70, 75.
You're selling yourself short here. What's tackling then?
Tackling, my 1v1 defending tackling, I think that's up in the 90s. I think that's up in the 90s.
Well, we'll be.
So dribbling, I give myself an 80. What else is there?
Crossing, set pieces.
crossing set pieces, I'll both give myself a 75 around there for both of those.
And then you got to do like the goalkeeping.
I think I'm a pretty good goalkeeper. I think I'm a 65.
Yeah, you never like mess around and put the gloves on and see what you can do in training?
Nah, I've never done that.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you on the pitch for now in defense for Inter Miami too. Best of luck with the rest of your season and as things are going. Israel Boatwright, thank you so much for joining us here on the Heron Outlet.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.